Welcome to the SW podcast series by SW India. In this episode, we feature Massimo Di Terlizzi, a senior partner at Pirola Pennuto Zei and Associates. He shares his journey from being an advocate to becoming a trusted advisor to global businesses, along with insights on how the accounting and advisory profession is evolving. The conversation is hosted by Kunal Mehra, co-founder and managing partner SW India. Over to you, Kunal.
So, welcome Massimo to SW podcast. Thank you very much for your time today. We are really excited and honored to have you on SW podcast. I'm really excited to have a conversation with you, and I'm very sure a lot of our audience, especially outside Europe, who must be listening, who's going to listen you for the first time, is going to have a lot of takeaways. Again, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure to be here with you to talk about business and the future, let me say.
Thanks. Honor is our Massimo. So I think, Massimo, the kind of successful career you have till now, and I'm wishing a lot of more success in the future. So it will be good takeaways or learning for the people to know about your professional journey when you started, and all about that could give a lot of insight to the people.
I changed, let me say, several times skin because I started as auditor.
Okay.
I worked for some years in an audit firm, international audit firm called Coopers & Lybrand, that actually became now PwC, because you know that Coopers & Lybrand merged with PricewaterhouseCoopers, becoming with Pricewaterhouse, becoming PricewaterhouseCoopers, and I worked as auditor there. Then I changed and I moved in this firm in Pirola as a tax advisor, and I did the tax advisor for several years. I don't know, I think 15, 20. Then, because I am double qualified economy and law, so I got also I be qualified also as a lawyer. So now are 15, 18 years that I am a lawyer. Even if I am a lawyer, but also again still for a lot of things as a tax. In my group in Italy, I have the largest group in the firm. Actually, I have lawyers and tax advisor. What I always say to my client, that they pay one to get two, because there is a law and tax. This is, if you work my career.
Oh, I think really. So, Massimo, if we can ask you, which hat you like the most? The auditor hat, the lawyer hat, or the tax advisor?
Frankly speaking, at the end of the day, a lawyer. To be a lawyer, even if in some case is very satisfaction, is a satisfaction to advise the clients under tax point of view, because if you think in every kind of activity there is always a tax issue, no? So to know tax is let me say, it's a tool. It's you can give always an add value, but let me say, I always preferred the part of corporate, the part of law, also when I was a tax guy. Let me say. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you will be saying, depending upon the client requirement, whichever hat they require, I can wear that. So that's the kind of flexibility you have.
No, but here to me, that I manage the firm, to be double qualified is a good thing, also to be recognized for both the legacy inside the firm, no?
No, I agree with you. It's not easy, and definitely that's the accomplishment you have achieved, not only from the degree point of view or the qualification point of view. I think more about the practice you have done, the experience you have, and the solution and the value you have created for your client. That have created a big legacy, and it will be a big shoes to
No, because,
put in by other people.
because if I had something, another thing that to me is more an hobby because I like, I do also some corporate finance because you know that inside our professional organization we have a corporate finance firm.
Yeah,
And I am the chair also of the corporate finance, but because I like it's been I always say that it's my second daughter because it's something
yeah.
that I wanted and I set up 10 years ago.
No, I
No.
agree. So, one question, obviously, in this world, when a lot of people are always regularly changing jobs and
Mm.
all that, I was seeing your profile. I think you are working from Pirola from 1999, so almost
Yeah.
27 years. So obviously, I'm very sure as a young man, when you started your career in this
Yeah.
firm, you would never, or even myself, have never thought of it that I can work for there for so many years and still continuing. So if you can pinpoint one reason which helped you to be in this firm for a long time and still
Mm.
continuing, what could be that factor or reason? I would say, well, that's very important for the young generation to understand because they are always analyzing day in, day out, this good or not good, we should change, why to continue for long. All these questions, I think you must be also coming across.
But to me, let me say, to me, it's been quite simple because if you consider that when I joined the firm, I was very, very, very young, and
Yeah.
the firm was 50 people.
Mm.
Now we are roughly 1,100. So in all this year, I see, but I contribute a lot to grow the firm. And so it's been every time something changed, a lot of challenging things to do and so on. So it's been something, frankly speaking, if I look back, to me is like I arrived in the firm yesterday. Uh, I, uh, of course, in several years, you have some period that is better than other. You have some, let me say, some moment where you are very up, some other moment where you're a little down. But this is very important is to go ahead to keep your route and that's all. This is what I think.
I think that's you rightly said, to remain focused, to remain patient is very important.
Yeah,
Even when you are
yeah,
coming across challenging of growth, it can't be better situation to you beating.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
thanks.
yeah.
No, I totally agree. So, just being just carry over, like you mentioned about when you started, the firm was just 50 people, now 1,000 plus. I think that's a
Mm,
remarkable journey. And
mm.
especially, it's not about number, it's about the value or the goodwill of the firm, which is being recognized by market and the client and all that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so I
Mm,
think especially I would like. I know a lot of the people in Europe very well know about your firm, but
mm.
for people outside Europe, I would like if you can introduce about the firm, and that will be great information and
Okay.
to be shared with the audience for that.
So, what I always say that we are something more than a firm. We are a professional organization because actually we are a multidisciplinary group of professionals. You consider, as I say, we are 100,000, more or less. No, sorry, 1,100 people. Actually, we have Pirola Pennuto Zei, that is a firm that in the market now we are recognized more as legal firm, even if even if 60% is tax. Okay,
Okay.
so we have a legal firm with a strong tax department,
Practice.
let me say. 60% is tax, 40% is legal. We do everything. Thinking to the tax is we do tax advice high level with Pirola Pennuto Zei, and we cover all the areas as tax, but as well as legal. Then we have another firm, part of our group, owned by us, by the same partner, that is called Pirola Advisory, and Pirola Advisory do outsourcing,
Okay.
tax compliance, payroll as first pillar. Second pillar, they do GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. A third pillar is digital solution, all that are digital, and to implement platform and so on. And a fourth pillar is business advisory, and this is we assist with this group of people. We assist client in more strategic activity, strategic advice. Finally, we have sorry. Then we have Pirola Corporate Finance. They do M&A. They do capital market advisor, debt advisor, grant, and evaluation. And then we have a studio revisor associati that do audit activity. So we are like a small big four, but we cover all. We have 10 offices in Italy, the main important district area, one office in London, and 3 offices in Asia, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Beijing. This is who we are.
No, I think you should not say that you are just a legal or tax firm. You should say we are a full service firm plus
Yeah.
legal, because other firms doesn't have this kind of combination where under one umbrella you can everything end to end. Even with Big Four, you don't. Obviously, some part of the world they are providing law services. Primarily, they are accounting and tax advisor only. But I think you have all breadth of services to serve to the client.
Yes, but you consider that actually we have, but you know, we work together in Praxis, so we have we really we run through 2 kind of channel. One also international. One is legal.
Yeah.
Is the legal, because you know that if you think UK, if you think US, the tax is something that is that is different. At least all the tax compliance, all the tax activity and so on is something that is different from the legal firm. No, they, even if now I think that is changing this, but I think that in next 5-10 years become like in Italy, that will be also in US, be possible that you can mix lawyers with tax advisor. But right now it's not possible. So also for us, if we have a big part of lawyer, we have to run also in the legal channel market separately from the other kind of service.
No, I think you rightly pointed out, like people are starting now in US and other part of the world, legal and other things. I think you were ahead of time. Now people are following you. or P are forcing with such firms where they have invested to get this all this long along. So, Massimo, if I can ask you, obviously building a firm is not an easy task and all that. But like you mentioned about you have office in say London, Spain, and 3 Asia. So how's been your first? What was the aspiration to open offices outside your local territory or the how can you, because going to other part of the world is not easy. I know target could be to serve your client wherever they are going. But even then, that's not an easy task to do. So, what has been your
No,
thought process and experience?
Well, it's a matter of people. If you have the right people, you can open. Personally, I don't believe to go in a country just to put a flag to buy a small
Yeah.
firm to have an office. I don't believe this. I think that you must have the right people. That must be one of your people that know very well the culture of the firm and so on. And this is, if you have this, you can do it. Then consider that when we go in this, when we open these offices, actually our goal is not to compete with a local firm. Our goal is to have a small group of people that from one side is able to do as to cover the role of, let me say, as general counsel of our clients, to be the close trusted advisor, a local trusted advisor for the Italian clients that want to have someone that can have a role of facilitator. And on the other side, the mission is to find opportunity for inbound work in Italy, keeping relationship with a local firm, looking around, so on. So for us, it's a small group of people. At the end of the day, their activity covers just the cost of the office, but it's important for the inbound business.
No, I think, as you rightly mentioned, if you have the right people, then things become easy also. And obviously, as you rightly mentioned, your strategy is very clear. It is not, you have to target everything is very clear and all that. So I totally agree with you. And I guess if I can, when India next, your expansion.
You don't know, but when several years ago, I traveled a lot in India. You
Okay.
think that my first time that I went in India has been in 90,
Okay.
when Mumbai was still called Bombay.
Yeah,
I
Bombay.
was there. So it's
No,
we
I
talk
think you
about
should
long
long time
time.
back. Yeah. I think
It
you
was
should plan now.
outside.
Uh, you should plan now. I think a lot of things have changed. A lot of
I know.
obviously a lot of development and a lot of opportunities on the both side to see. So that's a good thing to
No,
do.
but I know, but I have several because having traveled a lot through India, I know, but not only really. If I think to my last 3 India clients, and I talk about a couple of years, no more.
Okay.
All the clients are arrived to me not through other firms, but directly.
Okay.
It's true, I believe, because someone suggests my name.
Okay.
But I worked also for William government. In Italy, I did a lot of things for
Yeah.
India.
Yeah. No,
So
I
I,
saw. I saw you are on the board of a lot of listed companies also. So that's obviously I think you have a lot of credentials and goodwill in the market, which helps you to get such introductions.
no, but it's true. The last client, I'm now assisting an Indian group for a small deal, but it's a deal, an acquisition in Italy, and they are arrived. They say because someone give me your name, it's okay.
That's a great. Yeah.
Uh,
So if obviously being a chairman of the firm, you will obviously coming across such questions. So what do you have a vision for the firm, say for next 5 year, 10 years point of view?
the vision. No, it's a interesting question because Actually, we are assisted, we are in a market that is changing very, very, very quickly, no?
Yeah.
And my personal vision is to have to invest in more services that can be, uh, let me say, linked each other
Integrated, more
to,
integrated solution.
yes, but not only to offer to the client other kind of services, but because one service can be able to create opportunity for the other service.
Yeah.
Because thinking to the tax, to the legal with the AI that is coming very, very, very quickly, uh, I think that we have also a risk of to lose margin of contribution, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
So having more services is a way to try to balance. So is for this that we are investing in different kinds of activity that are always linked each other, but is more wide to have a more wide kind of service.
No, no, I think your thought process is right, and that's the way we'll discuss later on, but that's the way you have to overcome the challenges and all that. So before maybe we move on to this point of view. So if I can, what has been your the most satisfying part of your professional career, or maybe what or another could be what has been the most challenging you have come across till now?
Alors, so the first question to the first question, the most satisfying aspect has been to witness the professional development of the young people, of the young
Yeah,
colleagues. To see colleagues that they started to work with me after the university and then to see them become partners. This
yeah.
is to me a big satisfaction.
Yeah.
The challenge, in particular in this period, is to manage the generational transition. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Let me say, to me, it's fun what I do. I'm very happy to do every day. But at the end of the day, I always say, I also think that more or less, if it's not tomorrow, but in some years, I would like to work less. And also in the firm, there are other partners like me that uh, they gave a very big contribute to the partnership, but they want start to run slowly. Okay, and so we have to find the right person also to manage.
Yeah.
To manage. And I have to say you that on the we have a lot of young people, young partner, young colleagues that I see able to do this, but of course you have to prepare. It's not simple when you
Yeah.
have a machine like this. I say it's something that is not immediate. No,
No, no,
also because it's important. One thing that is important to me is the culture. To have a people with the same culture. And if you have a management with that believe a lot in this kind of culture, in a strong way, you can give continuity. No, so this is important. So, but it's something that is not simple to build up. No.
no, I think you are right. I think we are in the business of trust and relationship and providing services. It's not a software, you just put something and you get the output. You take
Yeah.
lot of years of efforts, right environment, right people, right control, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Then only a firm can sustain the quality which they have achieved or even the grow also. No, I agree with you. So Moving forward, I think you being a very seasoned professional, and you not only work in Europe or Italy, you see the world also, both from your client perspective as well. So if you and as if you I can ask you, what do you see the future of our profession, considering the kind of challenges, say AI can is going to bring, lot of consolidation is happening, lot of partnership models are changing. There are alternative investment through investment, new firms are coming up. So what is your big picture thought on that?
Personally, I think that probably in the future we will assist a strong aggregation between small firms, I
Mm.
think. Also because with the rise of AI, it's required a lot of investment. Also because the client become more and more international. I mean, also the domestic clients has a needs to be to invest abroad and so on. So the firm must be more and more on the international market. So I think that in the future, we will assist um, to a growth of big firm of the market and with less small firms. This is what is my expectation.
No, I agree. I think consolidation is going to be one of the important aspects, because
Yeah,
otherwise you need scale and size to invest to grow also and all that. Without scale and size, you are going to be disrupted, or maybe other alternative structures are going to kill you. That's the
yeah,
way, especially
yeah,
because I think we have to be honest. One is AI disruption, which is of a different challenge. Other
yeah,
is going to be this PE disruption, which is going to create new firms, new alternative. And that's going to, I don't know what is going to be the future and outcome and quality of services and all that. But for some period, they are going to create disruption. Whether they are going to be winner or loser, I think time is going to tell. What do you say?
but VP can again, VP can be very useful for the aggregation of small firm and medium
Yeah,
firm. With a big firm, if they have, let me say, a strong financial position, I don't know how much BPE can help this firm because at the end of the day, the kind of work, I think, in terms of business, I think that we are better to do this
yeah,
kind of work comparing a PE, no? Probably what can be the add value of a PE is in terms of management of a firm organization, but in terms of develop of a market of a business, I don't know how much VP can help the firm. So if you want, I say this to say what I think that thinking to the small and the medium firm, VP can be important. It can help a lot to grab strong big firm. But with regard to the largest firm as us, PE, frankly speaking, I don't know which kind of a real add value could give, no, is this, no? Except the fact that can liquidate the senior partner, but at the end of the day, it's
no,
just a
I
partner.
no, I actually agree with you, but I think there are both cases, as you mentioned, about small. Even if you see the US market, I totally agree with you. A lot of smaller firms, there are alternate they have created a platform where they are consolidating very small firms to make it big. But we know firm like Moss Adams also, they have taken PE money, which are they were very large also. And there are a lot of other large, even GT has taken money, BDO is also have taken money in different form. So I think there are cases for smaller firms also, and there are cases for the bigger firm also.
Yeah, Kunal, really, we can say if this let me say, the investment of the PE in the firms will be a good thing or not, only in the next, let me say, 5, 10 years, no, not before, because now what we can see, because when you add firms, if you are able to say that 1 + 1 can become 2.5, is good. But if 1 + 1 become only 2, or as in a lot of cases, 1.8, at the end of the day, what you have done? You have just a new, let me say, partner at which you have sold part of your business. Of course, it's good because now you say, okay, if I have 10, if I sell to VP, I can multiply per, let me say, 10, and so my nominal 10 become 100. Okay, but it's true that this 100, at the end of the day, when you sell 100, is a part of your remuneration, of your compensation that you lose. Because when you sell to a PE, at the end of the day, your remuneration change at the end of the year, no?
No, I
It
agree,
becomes
Maestro.
less.
I agree with you. Actually, I've been watching this P transaction in US market because that's where the most transaction are happening. I think what is happening is that's my our thought or point of view from outside, but that's based on certain facts also, information also. What is happening? Say example, P has given $100 to some firm. What they are doing is $50 partners are cashing out. Obviously, there is a debate that older partners are cashing out, young partners are not. Say example, they
Yeah.
say, and balance 50, what they are doing is there's a M&A pool they are using to consolidate smaller firm and make the bigger one.
Yeah.
Like take case of Baker Tilly or a lot of small firms have done consolidate and make that revenue say 100 plus 150. That's inorganic. What your point of view is, if 100 plus 100 makes 250 organically rather than 200 only, then there is a reason to think over it. But if it is just 200, what is the benefit? I, the only thing could be the cashing out of the partners. That's the only thing. That's the only
Yeah,
objective.
depend. I mean, in which way you see the point, but it's for this that actually, because we just started with this new trend, let me say, is something that probably we have to look after 5 years, no? Probably within 5 years, we are more able to say if it's good or not. Now,
Yeah, obviously.
we have been approached by PE. It's we have PE that won't buy 100% asking to invest. We have PE that buy just 30%. But we are talking. This is not a matter, but just to understand, no? At the end of the day, I say, but if the final goal of the PE is to put firm together to list, because in a lot of cases, it is, I say, but probably it's something that we are able to do alone, no? Because if I come to you and say, listen, we put together in a holding company, we list the holding company, we share preferred share that you manage India, and our preferred share that I manage Italy, and we list the company. I mean, they, no, we get some money and we are still owner at our home. No, it's a lot of it, but it's good to look around and see what's happening.
No, I agree with you. I think time has to evolve to see what is the result, what were the challenges and all that. And I know, as you rightly said, I think a lot of Ps are your client only, so they'll be more than interested to invest in you.
Yeah, true.
No, I think another, I don't know whether you have come across also in UK. So there are two firms which have formed. Like one is named Unity Advisor. They've been backed by Warburg Picks, the large P fund. They have a war chest of they have given a war chest of $300 million to work on
Yeah.
advisory services. Now last week only. Some ex ENY partner has come out backed by some European fund only, and they have given $300 million, same amount coincidentally, to start the tech services. So they are starting a tech services under the brand of WTS, which is I think some alliance or everything.
Yeah, I know because WTS has been you know that WTS has been acquired by a big private equity. Yeah.
EU partner,
now,
EQ partner, something like that.
no, in WTS, no.
Okay. So I think what is
WTS approached us in let me say 15 years ago,
okay.
but we say no.
No,
No.
So what I think that's also like a Praxity network and or SW network type only structure. So in UK, someone has come out from Big Four, started firm with WSU.
But UK, US, there is a lot of movement. It's a lot of people that move one side. But in Italy, not yet. In Italy, we have more people, but it's in the legal market that is moving from one firm to the other. But in Italy, the private equity are approaching right now the market. But there's not a lot of it.
So, Maestro, if I can, I put a difficult spot to give you your prediction. What do you think they are going to be winner or not winner, or who is going to be winner? Obviously, time, as we discussed, time will tell, but just a prediction hat on you.
No, repeat. Sorry, I didn't catch what you said. Sorry.
So I say, if I put a prediction hat on you to predict whether the P whatever the P structuring or transactions are happening, whether the firms backed by P is going to be a winner, or still traditional firm is going to remain winner only. So what do you say?
But if apart that, if thinking to my firm, I don't think that in
just from
moment,
my question, just from a global perspective. Obviously, I know a different market can have different situations from a global point of view.
No, so I think that VPE, as I said before, can give a lot of add value in terms of management, in terms of financial investment. Okay, this is the real help that I think that API can give. In terms of business strategy and so on, I don't think that API can add the value. But say this again, depend at the time from the kind of firm and what the firm want. Because if I think to the audit firm, it's clear that considering the cost, considering a lot of things, more is the firm is able to grow, to become larger. More as also a matter of more as also can save costs, and so make more profit and so on. Thinking to other kind of firm, if I think to the legal market, to to the tax, just to the tax and so on, where the regulation is less complicated, is simpler. Let me say, if you put aside the cost of investment or AI, but also there now, if you want to invest in AI, you have one cost, but I believe that in all, as always is happening, in the next 3 years, the cost will be 40% less, no? Because it's like when we start with the first mobile, you spend 2,000, 3,000 euro for one mobile. I think 20 years ago now, apart iPhone, if you want to buy a simple mobile, you spend 300 euro. No? So, say this, I think that they can, VP can give this kind of value, but not really to develop business. To develop business is something that is people like you and me that are able to do, because we know the market, we know the professional, we know really the thing. VPE actually, I discussed with VPE, I have a PE client. The model is always the same, doesn't change. Now what they are doing is to apply their model to the advisor market. No, this is.
No, I agree. I think you rightly, Massimo, point out it all is going to depend upon that firm vision, strategy, and a lot of other aspects also. And obviously, if I can give my point of view, obviously they P can give you money, but my question is, we are in a business of trust and relationship, and how whether that money can help us to gain that trust and relationship is a I don't think.
Yeah.
Plus, the second challenge is my PE won't return very fast, but to build trust and relationship, you need time. It can't be done
Yeah.
over a time. So maybe they expect 2 years. Trust may require 5 years to build trust. Example. So that's another gap is going to be there because till the time client like you were mentioning in the our discussion, people refer client to you because they know you are a trusted advisor, not for other reasons. They
Yeah.
don't have any interest. So I think that's where I think we have to see how it will work out. But I have if for example if you ask me whether I'll go for PE, I would not go for because money cannot bring the trust and client to you. So I need maybe I can have a strategic partnership like firm like you or other firms where you have a relationship. I have a capability to deliver to your client. Vice versa. There's a synergy and there's an opportunity on both sides. But just having a money in bank account, I don't think client can come to us.
Yeah, but it's this.
No.
I agree completely.
So moving on, I think day and out we are. I think in this world now, listening or all the days there are some news on AI, this disruption, this blah blah blah. So what is your take, especially from our profession point of view, whether it's going to disrupt our profession, or do you think it can create opportunities also? But obviously, firm has to evolve, and there are going to be winner and losers also.
It's a problem. I think that AI could be really a problem because now the risk what is that can become enough the middle level of professional, and you don't need any more younger. Okay.
Yeah.
But then what's happened? When the middle and generation now become older, and when the senior go out, you risk that you don't have you have not prepared young people. No. So this is it's in my point of view, is also a risk of to lose a future generation of advisors,
Yeah,
because our our work is not something that is simple to learn, because it's not just the technical point. Is I think that you have a big component of capability with of a relationship with the clients, okay, that you don't build up in one day,
yeah,
no? It needs time and time and time. So the young people must be closer to you to see what you do and so on. So if you start to cut uh, young people because you say, okay, it's fine, it's enough to work with people more senior, because at the end of the day, for the other kind of activity, AI is here and so on, I can use it and so on. You could have a problem at the end, no? This is the only, maybe as usual, we find a way to, let me say, to manage also this kind of matter. But looking now the situation, this could be a delicate point.
No, I think I agree with you. I think the biggest, apart from whatever the business impact or business opportunity, the time will tell. But I think the bigger impact is going to be from a generation point of view, especially the young generation, because the kind of work they were supposed to do would not be required no more. So now the question will be what they have to do. So I think they have to, I think the society and a lot of things has to evolve to make them relevant in this new
Kunal,
world.
yeah, but sorry if I tell you, a second point that is also important is again the contribution of margin. I mean, with
Right.
I don't know you, but sometimes I have a client, they say, about this matter, I read on ChatGPT, say this. Tell me if it's true or not.
Yeah,
Yeah. So one thing is, if the client call you and say, I have this problem, please prepare a memorandum to
yeah,
explain me how we can solve it. Another thing is the client send you
the memo.
uh, a text say, okay, this is the memorandum prepared by my
Chat
BI
GPT.
program. Tell me if it's right or not.
Yeah. No, I think
Also in terms of physics, change, eh?
no, I think Mansur, I totally agree with you, and that's my point. If you ask me my point of view, we should accept that, for example, my revenue was 100. Suddenly, AI, meaning conservatively, not very aggressively, is going to make it down to 70 for the sake of arithmetical example is concerned. And I should accept it that this is going to down to 70. Now, what is the way I should add new services like you were mentioning in your discussion earlier also to
Yeah,
make to fill that gap of reduction of 30 with new services or new value added services which can increase my revenue again to the normal, or maybe more than the normal, maybe I can add 50 and overcome that 30 also. But
yeah,
not thinking that it will not come down is going to be a wrong calculation to be in there.
yeah, true.
No,
And
that's where I
and
think.
and in particular on the compliance
Yeah.
side, I think that in some year will be the, let me say, the human input will be completely replaced by AI, I think.
No, I totally agree with you. I think Mesho, if you ask me, the person who will be going to be relevant only, who is going to be advisor or who is going to be a value added to their client or can help in solving their problems can only be relevant in the future. For all this
In the
basic
future,
work, nothing is going to
right.
work.
I think that in the future, the young generation should study technical, let me say, not only the tax law or the kind of law, but also as can be interacting with the software. This is no.
No, I get.
We will have not only we will have a tax advisor or lawyers with engineering background, I think.
No, I think Massimo, just coincidentally, as today morning I was listening to very famous heart surgeon, very renowned. They have a large chain of hospitals in India also. His name is Dr. Shetty. So he was
Ah, but
interviewing. He was mentioning to the reporter that in the operation theater, whenever they are operating any the patient, there is a test they carry out which is called a blood oxygen test, which is very important during the operation stage, and is also
yeah,
very complex to study the report also. So what he was mentioning that what we have built, they have built an AI technology which which do the reporting of that report and give come with the output. The only thing now the doctor is doing or the nurse is doing is just analyzing the report which is being thrown up by the AI technology, and just being the last person to prove whether they are okay with this report or not. So that
yeah,
if
yeah,
the most critical aspect in the human life or the life of a patient is being done by AI, I
yeah,
think
yeah.
tax and other work is not don't stand anywhere along with that.
You know that also here in Milan we have a big hospital, a university that is also an hospital. And they started with a new course of study that is 90% is engineering.
Oh,
90 maybe not, but 70% is engineering because is focused on that. Because now for a surgery it's a machine that do everything.
uh,
Oh,
no, so Massimo, and I know the new generation. I don't know what is the situation in Italy, but they are not very attracted to the accounting or the tax side of the work is concerned. That's the one challenge. Other challenge is because of AI, we will not have much opportunity, good opportunity to offer to them. So how we will going to attract the talent in the future? Because ultimately we need pipeline.
this is a big is a very good question, but it's very complicated to reply because if you think the tax advisor, the tax and legal profession, also in terms of revenue, require a lot of time before that you arrive a certain level and you have some rewarding, let me say, no? And now we have a lot of other profession that they give a more immediate return in terms of money, if you think in the financial market and so on. And another point is that our profession is a profession that requires a lot of effort, a lot of time to dedicate and so on. And now the young generation is not so prepared to spend a lot of time for the work, no? So this is these are the two more important issues. Said this, the only thing is to be able to create a path, a career path that probably must be different from the path followed until now, but must be more quick, I don't know, quicker, I don't know, something to offer to the young generation the possibility to grow in a shorter time compared the time that you need now. This is the only. Then, if you ask me how we can do this, I'm not yet in, in a practical point. I'm not able to reply you. But I think that we are thinking to find this kind to offer this, because if we don't offer this, I don't know you, but we see all the day that it become more and more difficult to find people, and in particular the right people.
Hmm.
No.
So, Vasu, if I can ask you, obviously, especially on this AI and so what is the view of your partners? They are accepting this is going to be disruption, or like in the previous period, the technology is going to help us. What is the view of partners? Because I know I speak with a lot of people. Maybe 2 months back, 3 months, someone they were always on the contradiction view. No, no, this is not going. This has happened number of time. This time is
No,
nothing
no, no,
different.
no, no, no. Several of my partners I say discouraged, but it's not scared, but they have some worry about the AI.
No, no, I agree. I think the sooner everyone accept and have plan in place to overcome this, or
We,
maybe
we, are,
create
we,
opportunities.
we are going to assist a completely changing of the market.
No, I agree, agree. Like for example, we have already started services. Example from a AI security point of view. Say example, our client is implementing AI tool. There are a lot of security has to be put in. So we are helping them in terms of the security audits or safeguards and everything is concerned. So obviously within our also services, we are trying to put in tools and all that. Um, I think our discussion is getting a lot of interesting, and I've taken a lot of your time. I know the slot
Yeah,
has,
yeah.
the schedule has over, but still, maybe we can end with some interesting rapid fires question with
Yeah.
you. And then, so if I can ask you one book every advisor should read, if you can recommend one.
About the book, I say a tax law manual, if we talk about tax.
No, I agree with you. Our first love, they should read that. Uh, one leadership trait you admire the most.
The capability to communicate.
Oh, I agree. Communication is very important. That's where the
Yeah,
things, even the right things fall on the wrong side.
yeah, this is
And
important.
lastly,
Mm,
if say Massimo must be in starting his career in 2026, so what
mm.
career he will be focusing on?
The entrepreneur, because actually I think that is basically is also what I try to do here, but it will be a very entrepreneur. I don't
Uh,
know which field, but probably it will be that.
no, I
Yeah.
agree with you. Massive, coincidentally, I have two young sons. One is in the last year of graduation, so we were always discussing what he will
Uh,
be doing and all that. I said, and they also agree that they want to be entrepreneur. Whatever we do within the enterprise is a different discussion,
it's good.
but the direction is very clear that we have to be entrepreneur doing on our own.
Yeah. I have I have a daughter, but she's a lawyer. She doesn't work with me. She works in a US firm and so on, but she decided to become
No,
lawyer.
that's
So
still better than
uh,
the better than the
uh,
CPS, I would say.
yeah. I started as CPA, yeah, so it's
No, thanks, Massimo. Really, really enjoyed our conversation today. it is honor to speak with you and have a lot of insight and learning from you. No, thank you very much.